Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Kisore, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, some dancing, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare I don't have any help here. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Need some dancing, I'm losing inspiration. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Mandir. Jai Vishnu Pad Paramamsa Parivraj Acharya Shatura Shatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnu Pad Paramamsa Parivraj Acharya Shatura Shatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Nam Charya Shridas Thakur Ki Praise Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Braj Bhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jamuna Mai Ganga Mai Ke Tosi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Kavi Gopava Nalinav Sankirtan Yagna Ki Tarak Namanam Hare Krishna Mantra Ki Briyamadanga Chants in the book distribution Ki Paramishi Jagannath Baladesh Bhajmana Ki Shri Shri Kishore Kishore Ki Samveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaur Pramanandi All words to the Samnavaris All words to the Samnavaris All words to the Samnavaris All words to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Pranada Dayane Niranyakashi Purvaksha Shiratangana Kalaya Tona Singha Paratona Singha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitya Hari 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 Nitya Hari Hari नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Om Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatharanam. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to this wonderful spring evening to the Kisori temple, a temple founded by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada way back in the 70s, and Kisori, they look as beautiful as ever. So thank you all for coming. So I seek the blessings of all the elders and the prayers of all the well-wishers and my friends here. Thank you. Today I thought we'll continue to speak on the topic of hearing. Jai Jagannath Prabhu spoke on this topic 2 Sundays ago. So I thought we'll continue from that place accordingly. Yeah. So last Sunday we observed the Gaura Purnima festival, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. Right, as we are facing the altar. He appeared in Navadvip, Bengal area about 525 years ago. He is Krishna himself, but he appeared in the mood of his devotee and the complexion of his topmost devotee, Srimati Radharani. And why did Lord Chaitanya appear? He appeared to establish for this age. So there are 4 ages, and in each of the ages, according to the lifespan that people live, according to the qualifications that the people of those ages have, there is a prescribed means of perfection for that age. In this age, known as the Iron Age or the age of Kali, the age of quarrel, that prescribed means is the chanting of the holy name in the company of devotees, as we have been doing over the last hour and a half, those that have come here today, the chanting of the holy name. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to establish the Yuga Dharma, so the prescribed means of perfection for this age. In Bhagavad Gita, which we will be referring to today, Krishna's final instruction is to abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto him. And who to best teach about surrender than the Supreme Lord himself? So the Supreme Lord, he comes himself in the mood of his devotee to teach us how to surrender to him. So it's Krishna, so it's not a drama where he is acting, but it is Krishna himself, and he comes to teach us how to surrender. What does surrender mean? So it's not just an artificial imposition on the mind, but how does a life of surrender look? Practically, how does it look? So he came to teach, and he was accompanied by his associates. So together they flooded the land with this chanting of the holy names. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we observed that appearance day last Sunday. And that same Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, who spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And so we will hear one verse specifically, Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 1, like last time Jai Jagannath covered chapter 7 verse 1. So we will cover chapter 10 verse 1. Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya eva Mahabaho Shrinume Paramam Vachaha Yatteham Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakhamyaya. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend, for your benefit I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. So here I specifically want to focus on two words in the verse. One is Priyamanaya and the other one is Hitakamyaya. So Priyamanaya here means thinking you dear to me. So Krishna is personally speaking to Arjuna and he is considering him Priyamanaya, very dear to me. So he is speaking to Arjuna. And then another word is Hitakamyaya, for your benefit. He is speaking for his benefit, Arjuna's benefit. And through Arjuna, he is instructing all of us. And this is the same mood of Lord Chaitanya. We were singing one song last time where he says, Tomare loite ami hoinu avatara. Ami bina bandhu ara ke ache tumara. That for you, tomare loite ami hoinu avatara. For you and you and you and you and Mukunda and Ankit and Rajiv, for each one of us, Lord Chaitanya is saying that I have come, I have advented myself. Besides me, who else is your friend? And in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna mentions this, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. He is the well-wisher of all living entities. So this Hitakamyaya, or well-wisher, or Bandhu, this is the prime quality of the Supreme Lord. And so his well-wishing, it's not just a sentimental well-wishing. So his well-wish appropriately and receive the well-wishing of the Supreme Lord. So for the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I have come here to give you the holy name. And you take it. And this chanting of the holy name will destroy from the root the illusion, ignorance. It will destroy from the root. And so he's saying many people have taken it earlier. You also take this chanting of the holy name. So he doesn't want to solve, put a band-aid on our problems, give us a temporary solution. But a real well-wisher is one who will actually give us the permanent solution, the ultimate solution. The Supreme Lord and his pure devotees, that's what they do. But how do we understand this? That that's what they do. And it begins with hearing. And so here Krishna is telling again and again Arjuna that please hear, this science of devotional service from me. And specifically I've chosen you because you are my friend, you are my devotee, I'm your well-wisher, and I'm sharing this with you. And in turn, I'm sharing it with the entire world. Yeah. So this is how the saintly persons, they explain that bhakti begins by somehow or the other when one comes in contact with the devotees, when one takes their association and we hear them, then all the conceptions that we have had about life, we begin to look at those conceptions that we have based on what we are hearing from them. I mean, if our heart is open. If our heart is not open, then that will not happen. But if our heart is open, then we will consider the message that we are hearing from the saintly persons. We'll give it a small place in our heart, and then as we give it a small place in our heart, slowly, our life, giving it a small place in our heart, this knowledge is not alien. It is not, external. This knowledge about the soul and the Supreme Lord and our relationship is there in our heart. So when we hear it, it touches our heart and it immediately we resonate with it. It doesn't feel alien. I'm sure many of us have had that experience where right from the get-go we hear, and then what are the devotees encouraging us to do? So the devotees are encouraging us to take up the process of yoga, bhakti yoga, which is the easiest one. Take up the process of bhakti yoga and reunite, reconnect with the Lord. And this bhakti yoga process is delineated in the scriptures. There are 9 limbs of this bhakti yoga. How it should be done. There's a whole science of bhakti. So we begin to hear from the devotees who are experts. Just like how if we want to learn something, then we go to a university where there are expert professors. So similarly, we come into the house of bhakti and we open our hearts to these experts who who are leading their lives according to these principles of bhakti, and we hear from them. And as we hear them, it touches our heart, and then we begin to give our life to those instructions, to what we are hearing, little by little, little by little, little by little. So hearing, one of the symptoms of hearing is it brings about a transformation in our life. And so we're all here because of that. We are transforming, and we will continue to transform as long as we continue to hear in the company of devotees, with an open heart, with the intention of applying. We will continue to transform. There are layers and layers of anarthas in our heart. So we begin performing bhakti, bhajana kriya, and then the next thing that follows is anartha nivrati. All these unwanted ideas, conceptions, desires that we have in our heart, they slowly, dissolve as we gain, a little bit of affinity for the devotees, for the process of devotional service. So in the company of devotees, we hear, but then maybe initially we imitate, we want to be like devotees, and we start chanting, hearing, reading like devotees do. And then as we do it, it resonates with us. And we come to understand that, wow, I just don't want to do things externally. I mean, I've not even scratched the surface of bhakti, of this ocean. And so the sincere devotee, Krishna is inspiring from within. Krishna, he purifies his heart, and then he further gives him guidance how to become more sincere and and apply the principles of bhakti, how to apply these principles that we are hearing about. So the hearing, how does bhakti begin? How does it continue? How does it continue to continue? This was a detailed seminar in January. So it begins with coming in contact with the devotee, so receiving this devotion that they have in their heart. In a way, their devotion, it awakens our devotion, our dormant devotion. Each one of us, we actually, whether we believe it or not, we have love of God in our heart, but it is in a dormant stage. And the dormant love of God is awakened by coming in contact with the pure devotee, with the devotees of the Lord. Yeah. So again, it is not something to be gained, from outside. It is there in our heart, and we receive it. We awaken that dormant attraction for Krishna, and so we receive that dormant attraction, awakening of the dormant attraction, and then of course it behooves us to continue to water that seed, and the watering process is hearing and chanting. That's what is the way to strengthen the muscle, so to speak. Like some of us may have gone to the gymnasium at one point or the other in our lives, uh, or may still go. So how do we? What do we do if you want to? If you have an intention of becoming fit, then I'm a very young. It's a very young creeper, so I should put a fence around it till it becomes a little more strong. So there is a whole science about how to do this gardening, of this seed that we have received. So all this, how do we know? How do we know? All this it comes from hearing. Hearing is literally hearing from the person, or Srila Prabhupada has written so many books. He stayed awake all night, so that he could translate the books of the pure devotees, the literature, and the scriptures, because he wanted to leave this culture of hearing and reading behind. He wanted to leave instructions behind, which will continue to give us, guidance in our life. Um, we can give many examples of how devotees, how people from all walks of life, how their lives became completely transformed by hearing. So give a sprinkling of examples. There was one personality many of you may have heard called Mrigari. Mrigari was a hunter, and all he knew was hunting animals. That was his livelihood, and he didn't know anything else. That's what his father did, that's what his grandfather did, and he continued. So in the forest that he was hunting, one day a saintly person, Narada, one of the pure devotees of the Lord, he comes to that forest. And then he sees many of the animals that are there, they are like half dead. They are not he loved to hunt and give pain to the animals basically. So whether he really needed those animals, for his livelihood or not, he enjoyed doing that. So it begins with a personal transformation, and for us to be effective instruments, firstly we have to become transformed. To the degree our hearts are transformed, we can transform others' hearts. Like that, people's hearts transform. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is another example of one other example, completely unrelated, is a queen, Draupadi. So during Krishna's times, Draupadi, she was a queen in a province very far. Krishna was the prince or the king of Dwaraka, and Draupadi, she lived with her father very far. But as is the culture amongst saintly kings, many saintly persons would come to the king's palace, and they would engage. He says he tells us what is asatsanga and satsanga, because most of us we have to interact with the world outside. We are not just celibate monks or something who are exclusively engaged in devotional service, devotional activities and preaching. But most of us here, we are dealing with the world, so we interact with regular people. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions And we are hearing all the time. When Bhakti Thakur mentions, so hearing means giving, in our heart, a place to the conceptions that people are carrying, people are pushing. So sadhu sangha or satsanga means that. Asatsanga tyaga. Asatsanga means not taking in the conceptions of the worldly minded persons. We have to have maybe regular dealings with them. That we cannot avoid because we are living in this world. But we don't. A devotee does not give his heart to a materialistic person. So hearing means in a way giving our heart to somebody, making those instructions that we receive, making them one with our life, and letting them guide our life. So Srila Prabhupada was a great example, another great example. He's a pure devotee of the Lord, but in his pastimes, the first time he met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922, so Srila Prabhupada, he was, at that time, he was a Gandhian. India was under the British rule, and there was this whole, thrust, drive for independence, gaining independence. And Srila Prabhupada had joined those ranks. And but somehow or the other, one of his friends, he said, let's go. There is this sadhu who has come here to Calcutta. Let's go and meet him. Prabhupada was very skeptical because he had seen many sadhus who were really not sadhus, saintly persons. But somehow or the other, he, on the request of his friend, he went. And the first time Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he saw Prabhupada, he instructed him, well, you seem to be an educated person, you're an educated person, why don't you take these teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the western parts of the world, to the English-speaking parts of the world? It will be good for you, it will be good for them. And Srila Prabhupada, he said, well, summarily, he said, who will listen to us? Right now, we are subjugated by the British Empire. So the need of the hour is to gain independence. And then, once we gain independence, then we can, spread the message of Lord Chaitanya. But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, no, actually, because this absolute truth, that doesn't depend on any political situation, how the political situation is. It doesn't need to wait for the political situation to change. For example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, not to digress here, Srila Prabhupada, when he heard, he immediately accepted what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said. And he was very happy that, wow, that the teachings of Lord Chaitanya are in, great hands. That this saintly person, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they are in his hands. So he gave his heart to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he took what he told him to his heart, and of course, it manifested 30, 40 years later, Srila Prabhupada, for him to actually, almost 50 years later, 40 years later, almost, where he actually came to the western parts of the world and he established, the Hare Krishna movement. Just on the basis of association of his spiritual master through hearing. He didn't have a lot of personal association of Srila Prabhupada, of Bhakti Siddhanta, because he was a householder, but the few times he associated with him, he was always very interested in hearing. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would even speak very, very highly. His English language, we will have to sit with the dictionary to understand his English. But even then Srila Prabhupada would sit and hear him, whether he understood it or not. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, especially he noted that he has this great quality. And Prabhupada later on also, in his humility, he said that because I've heard from my spiritual master like this, I can speak. I can spread the message of Lord Chaitanya. So Srila Prabhupada also, in his Leela pastimes, he had a conception. But when he received a new conception, another conception from his spiritual master, from another saintly person, he was ready to let it go. So that's what hearing is. And some of these conceptions, so actually we can apply, many of these things we can apply as we are hearing. Some of those things that we are more attached to, that we'll need some time, more time to work on. But actually we can see, you know, that as we are hearing, we can even feel the conceptions that are going in, the conceptions that are facing some resistance, and the conceptions that will face a lot of resistance for a lot of time. So we have an idea. So this application is almost happening simultaneously. The application is happening as we are hearing. We're ready to let things go. Yeah. So that's another example. And as I said, the culture of hearing, Srila Prabhupada, he established this whole Hare Krishna movement on the culture of, kirtan, chanting and hearing. A lot of kirtan, a lot of prasadam initially, and then a little bit of philosophy. So Prabhupada started slow, because when somebody is diseased, then the medicine has to be administered carefully, and one cannot go back to a full-fledged diet. Even the diet has to be carefully again, regained. So we are all in such a disease condition, but the expert spiritual masters, they are giving us, just the prescription that is required for us. How much, what dose to take, which one to take, which medicine to take, like that. And so Srila Prabhupada, he did that. And then slowly, as the devotees were ready, he increased the dosage. Then he had morning and evening, like Srila Prabhupada always, he had morning and evening classes. Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning, Bhagavad Gita in the evening. So that culture, if we can follow that culture in our life will become sublime. Because even Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So this Bhagavatam, or this Bhagavad Gita, is not just to be heard, once a week, or once a month, or Bhagavad Saptaha, like for 7 days. Another example is the sages of Naimisharanya. At the juncture of Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga, the sages of Naimisharanya, saintly persons, they had gathered in a forest because they knew the symptoms of the age of Kali. So they wanted to embark on a sacrifice, on a yajna that would uplift everybody. So they had set their minds on performing their 10,000-year-old long, sacrifice. I may have the numbers wrong. Either way, they had set their mind on doing something which they thought was going to be beneficial for people in general. But into that assembly comes, a pure devotee of the Lord. And they asked them, what do you think? This is what we are thinking. What do you think? And so they're open to hearing. So they're not just some ordinary people. They're great sages who know, the Vedic literature. But even they put the question in front of, this person. So just last point before we end. So it takes two. For the process of hearing to work, it takes two. The person that is speaking, he has to be Bhagavat Pradhana. Srimad Bhagavatam describes this. First canto, 18th chapter, verse 15. Bhagavat Pradhana means he has to be a pure devotee of the Lord. He has to be a devotee of the Lord. And the person that is hearing, he has to be Shushushu Satam. That means he has to have an intense eagerness. He has to have an eagerness to hear. So when we have such a combination, an ardent listener and a qualified speaker, then the transformation happens. If either of them are not there, it's not going to produce the benefit. So this process of hearing is dependent on who we are also hearing from. The same hearing, scriptures describe, that milk is otherwise very nourishing. But when the same milk is touched by the fangs of a serpent, it can be deadly. So about the Supreme Lord, we should hear from devotees. We should hear about the Supreme Lord from the devotees, so that we get the proper conceptions about the Supreme Lord and our relationship with Him and how to serve Him. Yeah. So, and as I said again, to just connect back, complete the loop, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in the mood of a devotee to show us how to perform devotional service. He would hear, he would hear every day from Gadadhar Pandit. They would discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. And there are many pastimes also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, two significant pastimes where he is hearing, Lord Chaitanya is hearing from Ramananda Rai about the goal of life. He is hearing from Haridas Thakur about the glories of the holy name. So the Supreme Lord himself is also showing us, he is hearing. He is speaking also, but he is also hearing. So I invite you, you can check out the gift shop. There may be Srila Prabhupada's recorded lectures, or talk to some devotee. And if you can make this hearing a part of your life every day, even if it is for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I can guarantee you it will completely change your life. I remember how I started coming into Krishna consciousness. I would borrow Prabhupada's lectures and I would hear them every day, half an hour. That's how bhakti begins, by hearing. And that's how bhakti continues, and it continues to continue. So that's what I want to share today. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Otherwise, we'll end here. Okay, so thank you all very much. I think the Sunday feast will be served upstairs, and we'll have more kirtan here. There are different devotees doing kirtan. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I think this is because it goes in how long is it You shouldn't put my name on there. Just because of timing. Yo. Thank you, sir. up, back up.
Back to back up.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine
You want to sing this one?
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Did Jay come?
No, he's not coming today.
Why not?
Because he's in the program yesterday. I don't know. He's got exam to study for.
Seriously?
That's on Tuesday.
Just like you do.
That's
I do too.
Tuesday.
I also do.
That's
Just like you.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's a Monday in between.
Maybe that's true.
Oh, okay, dang it.
You know how to make it.
I don't know, but I'll try. We'll see. You want that
Just
mic?
for yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ranga Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
What to chant, what to chant. Okay, maybe I'll chant this. Someone's stepping on the chord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Sri Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai
Hare Krishna.